So what do you mean what you're going to put as a background picture? Because you're lab number 8. Okay, so regarding with your lab number 8, I have included here a sample interface. So again, just click that one and then download this mp2.exe. And let's say you're having a problem in opening this application because your antivirus is detecting this one as a virus, then you might want to allow this one to your antivirus. Okay, so I assure you guys that this is not a virus, this is just an application. Okay, so this is 100% safe. Okay? So don't worry, just run this one. So regarding with the background picture, I see. That is why. So you guys won't really be able to get the background picture of this one since it's being covered by the uh, tab control. All right. So regarding with your lab number 8, so any background picture will do. Okay. So it is now up to you. You can use any background picture. Okay. So just wait a second. Sagutan ko lang to. Delete ko lang to. Ito. You can use. Wait lang. Is Miss Gallardo right here? Okay, Miss Christine Gallardo. So regarding with your lab number 7 and 8, try to download this one, the exe. Okay, and then ano nagpapakita? Hello, Miss Gallardo. So you will really be able to open lab number 7 and 8 sample interface using a laptop only or a computer. So you won't be able to run or read or open the lab number 7 and 8 with your cell phone because this is not made for Android application. So this one is made for Windows application. Not finished. What do you mean not finished? All right, so I will allow you to share your screen. Can you share your screen right now, Miss Gallardo, so we can see what is happening with your lab number 7 and 8? CP lang gamit mo ngayon. Naku. Okay, so we'll just talk later. Okay, so for now, just listen and then we'll have our discussion first. And then once we're done with our discussion, then let's go over with your problem later on. Okay. Okay, so last meeting, we wasn't able to finish the module 8, so we are currently at slide 37, if I'm not wrong. But before we'll go with your module 8. So I just would like to show this one to you guys. So I have already updated your canvas. So week 6, even though we are not in week 6 yet, so we are still at week 5 actually. So in here, I have included the module 9. So as you guys can see, and then I have include here a mini pizza ordering sample app that access. This is another sample interface or some sample application, okay, where you can base your lab number 9 and lab number 7. Okay, so lab number 7 is just interface, so no problem. But for the lab number 9, so this is where you're going to submit the complete pizza ordering system. Okay, so the due date of this one will be on April 15. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, your final exam will be on April 13, 14, and 15. So this is the very last day of our term. So make sure to finish, okay, and submit the lab number 9 and 10 before the due date. Okay, so again, you can base your code with mini pizza ordering rar. So this is the interface part, the .exe, and then this is where you can see the code. Okay, so just left click this one, then download the rar file, and just extract this one. Let me just delete the others. Okay, just extract this one, and then just open this folder, another folder, and then this mini pizza ordering.sln. Right, so in here we have a security warning for mini pizza ordering. So just click OK. So this is just an indicator that this is your first time opening this application. Okay, meaning that would you like to trust this application, blah blah blah. So yeah, just click OK. So don't worry, this one is completely safe. And then it will give you a blank canvas. So as of now, so the first thing that you need to do is double click the form1.db. Okay, and then it will open the interface, right? And as you guys can see, we have here a mini pizza ordering system. So I have only prepared 3 pizza. So we have pepperoni, bologna, and then Hawaiian. So here's the thing that you need to know when it comes to this checkbox. So what is this checkbox for? So the role of checkbox is to activate and deactivate your radio buttons. Okay, so left click that one, and it will activate your radio buttons. Okay, if you want to deactivate it, and then just uncheck this checkbox. There you go. So this one now is deactivated, right? So if you want to order pepperoni, so just activate this one and then choose any size that you want, say medium, and then compute total amount just for us to be able to know what is the price of this one. So this one is 185 peso. So small is 95, large is 295. So for example, I want to cancel my order. So I would like you to uncheck this one and then reset whatever is the value of your radio buttons. There you go. So it will give you a off or uncheck radio buttons. Okay. So whatever is happening on this checkbox and radio button, so they are the same with another checkboxes and another radio buttons. Just that maybe this one has a different price from the small size of pepperoni. So the same with Hawaiian, different price, etc., etc. Okay. So if you want to order 3 pizza, so just check those 3, and then let's say medium for bologna, small for Hawaiian, and then large for pepperoni. And then just click compute total amount, and then it will give you this sum amount of 519 pesos. And if you want to cancel everything, then just uncheck all of your checkbox. So you don't have to pay anything because you have canceled all of your order. All right. So were you guys able to follow on how those checkboxes and ready buttons work? Okay. How about the others?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. So listen carefully. Okay. This is where the coding section will come. Okay. So just double click the button because this is what we have programmed. Okay. Regarding with those ready buttons and checkboxes. So double click this one and then it will lead you to the coding section. So yeah, we have a lot of codes, but those are pretty easy. Okay, and once you've learned how to code the checkbox and ready buttons, they're pretty much the same with checkbox 2, checkbox 3, and with the ready buttons below them. Okay, all right. So first, let's discuss this checkbox 1.check. So again, the role of checkbox 1 is to activate and deactivate or enable or disable your radio buttons. So very straightforward. So if checkbox 1.check is equal to true, then radio button that enabled, so take note, we have that enabled right here, wherein we are saying that they are now true, okay, meaning they are now enabled, okay, they will be activated. Okay, if your checkbox 1 is true. However, if this one is false, then it's the opposite. Okay, your enabled will become false, false, and then false. So we have radio button 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. All right. And at the same time, okay, so once we have turned off or once we have unchecked the checkbox, we should uncheck all of your radio buttons or we should reset all of the values of your radio buttons. So to do that one, just type this one, let's say radio button 1.check is equal to false. So in here, we're just enabling and then disabling it. But in here, we are now checking or uncheck the radio button. Okay, so radio button 1.check will be set to false. So same with radio button 2 and 3. Okay, so once we uncheck the checkbox, then it will uncheck all of the radio buttons also. Okay, so these are the radio buttons only for the pepperoni. All right, so we have a total of 9 radio buttons. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9. Okay, so for the checkbox 2, so the same, it's just that a different address for your radio buttons. So for checkbox 2, we have radio button 4, 5, and 6. Okay, and then for checkbox 3, we have 7, 8, 9. Okay, and then yeah, that's it for the checkboxes and radio buttons. Okay, so were you guys able to follow how our checkbox work?
Yes, sir.
A little? You guys sure? Okay, so don't worry. I know that you will not be able to learn this one, just by watching, just by listening, and then just by seeing what's happening, and then just by me explaining the codes. So I don't expect you guys to get this one as quick as possible. So my only advice is, open this one, download this one, and then open this one on your own Visual Studio, and then make this one work. Okay, and then if you want, you can tweak or you can modify some for you to be able to explore more on what is happening if you will change this one, and so on and so forth. Okay, all right, so let us now move on with the computation of those radio buttons. Okay, so in here, you can actually use variables wherein you can put it on the total sum. So total sum is this text box. So this is where we show the result of your computation. But you can, directly write here the price instead of using variable. So in the case, I'll just remove that one. Okay. So we'll just declare one variable, total sum. So this total sum is, again, this text box one, the text. Okay, so we've declared it as single so that it can accept or it can show as some, decimals if ever there is. So for the pepperoni, of course, we have three radio buttons. Radio button 1, radio button 2, radio button 3. Okay, so for the radio button 1, if that is checked, okay, if it's true, then it will give us an amount, okay, or the total sum, or text box 1 will gain a value of 95. Okay, so that is the purpose of this one, plus 95. Okay, and let's say if you chose to, let's say, check the radio button 2, then it will give you 185 peso. Okay, for radio button 3, we have 295. Okay, so in here, you don't need to copy the prices of my own version. You can set here 120 if you want for small, 200 for medium, 400 for large. So it's completely up to you since it is your own program. Okay, uh, as long as you can put any price as long as it's logical, meaning your small size should be the price of small. Okay, and then the medium size should have a price of medium, and then the large price should have a price of the most expensive. Okay, so I don't want to see, let's say, a small size pizza is much more expensive than a medium size pizza. So it is not logical. So they are just the same flavors, but why is that the small size of pizza is much more expensive than the medium one or the large one? Okay. So just, make it logical. The smallest one should be the cheapest one, and then the largest one should be the most expensive. Okay. And yeah, so once you've succeeded in three radio buttons, let's say small, medium, and large, then you can easily or make the other radio buttons work super easy. Okay, because you already have here a pattern. Okay, so just follow this one, but instead of having radio button 1, 2, 3, just change the address, okay, of that radio button. So we have here 4, 5, 6. Then of course different pricing, okay, for your small, medium, and then large. So this is for the baloney. And then for the Hawaiian, of course, just another uh, address of your radio buttons, okay, and then different prices. Okay, so whatever are the radio buttons that is being checked, okay, will be added, okay, to our total sum. Okay, that is why our plus sign is right here. Okay, whatever is the value that is being checked will be added to the total sum. Okay, and then in here I've just added a word or string PHP so that we can have here a PHP and then the amount. All right. Well, you can also use the format, okay, format expression on our module 7 if you want. So it's also okay. So you just type here format, total sum, comma, and then currency. Okay. And then it will give you a peso sign instead of a PHP. Okay, and then the last one, okay, this is just a close button. So just put there me that close. Okay, the easiest part of programming. Okay, the close button. So were you guys able to follow so far? Guys?
Not really, sir.
Okay, so that's okay. So that's the answer that I want to hear. Okay, so that is why if I ask a question, So let me know, okay, so that we can discuss that part and, for you to be able to understand it a little bit more. Okay, so wala na, nasa module 8 na tayo, dapat no module 7 pa lang. You guys should have asked a lot of questions, especially that, this is your first time in programming. Anyway, so again, my suggestion is only to experience it by yourself. So you should try it, just by simply copying everything, the same, everything, then make it work. Okay, it's already a big accomplishment. Okay, and then once you're done in copying and then make it work, try to tweak or try to modify some of the say, give an example. Let's say, for example, if this is true, why don't you make this one false? What will happen? Okay, and so on and so forth. Instead of having here a value of 185, why don't you change this one into 235? Okay, just to familiarize thing, and yeah, just to become more comfortable in using or uh, to program things. All right, so aside from this, we have the lab number 10. All right, oops, before that, I will just show to you guys the complete version of the pizza. Okay, so here's the complete version of the pizza ordering system. So on the mini pizza ordering, we only have 3 pizzas, but in here we have 5 pizzas. So by default, the pick ready button is already checked. Okay, so it already has a price. Okay, if you want, you can add another checkbox here to activate and deactivate those ready buttons. Okay, so it's okay if you want to modify this one, as long as you will not remove this one. Okay, so the same with drinks. So by default, you have already ordered a glass or a mug. Okay, so that is why if you're going to compute the total amount, there's already a 50 peso right here. Okay, and let's say you want to order another pizza or a pizza. So let's say small. So computable amount will give you 150 peso. Okay, for the medium, 250. For the large, 350. So 50 peso for the drinks and crust type, and then 300 peso for the large supreme pizza. Okay, so if you want to order more pizzas, so just activate or just check those check boxes, and then it will give you the total amount that you need to order in here. So coming from Mr. Enrico, sir, kami na bahala sa mga price? Yes, it is now up to you what price you want to put in there, as long as it's logical. Again, the small size should be the smallest price or the cheapest price, and then the large size should be the most expensive price of your pizza. Yes, Mr. Pakalman? Yeah.
Sir, paano po pag ano, pag more than one yung you order na, for example, Supreme?
Yeah. So that is the limitation of this available pizza. Well, you can add another text box here, mini text box. Let's say just good for one number. Okay, just edit this one a little bit. So iusog nyo na lang, and then add another text box, and then yeah, leave it blank so that just in case your customer wants to order two large pizza for Supreme, then just put here two. Okay, so you can use numeric up down or a text box. And yeah, instead of, so sa mini, where is that? Well, mag-open ulit ako ng bago. Anyway, so if you have added a text box in here, just modify your code wherein you must have a multiplier. So times 1 by default. Okay. Times 1. And kapag nilagay nyo dito, dapat mapapalitan yung times 1 into times 2. Okay. So instead of 1 pizza only, you have a multiplier regarding whatever is the value of that text box. Alright? So ganun na lang. Well, that is only an additional. Okay, so it is completely up to you if you want to do that one. Well, it's not a requirement as long as you will be able to finish this one. Okay, the minimum requirement, and then that's the time that you can add more feature. All right. So, was I able to answer your question, Mr. Pakalman?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sige, ganun na lang ha. Dudag ka ng text box dito. Alright. So, yeah, going back to my short demo. So let's say I want to order 5 pizza. So 1 piece each. Okay. Then a team size. Then I want an additional cheese and beef, and then sotanghon plus special pancit bihon, and then a drum of drinks. So compute total amount. So it should give you this amount. So depending on the prices that you put in there. Okay. There you go. So if you want to cancel your pizzas, just deactivate or uncheck those checkboxes. Then it will give you the prices of the remaining orders. Okay. All right. So any other questions so far before we proceed to the circuit analysis? Question, guys, or clarification? So you don't need to program those text boxes anymore. Okay, just leave it blank. And the same with the daytime picker. So just leave it like that. Okay, then it will always give you the current date. Okay. All right. So question or any concern?
Hindi na po ba pwede i-adjust yung due date today?
Yung i-edit yung
Hindi po yung activity, yung laboratory po ngayon. Hindi na po ba pwede i-adjust yung due date sir?
lab number. Okay, so we'll
7 and
see.
8.
Okay, so the due date of your lab number 7 and 8 is actually already today, right? Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
April. Hindi. Oo nga. 29. So for lab number 7 and 8, it's March 29. So again, take note for lab number 7 and 8, just the interface. So that is why you only have 1 week. Okay, I think that's plenty enough for you to design an interface. Okay. Interface lang, walang program. Okay, okay lang kahit wala pang gumagana kasi talagang interface lang naman yung requirement ko dito sa lab number 7 and 8. So the complete version of that one will be the lab number 9 and 10. Okay, so this is now the 100 points, okay, for the lab number 9 and lab number 10. So this will be your final project. Okay, so that is why this one is until April 15. All right. So, I don't know. Maliban na lang kung hindi ka pa nakapag-download ng Visual Studio, talagang malelate ka. So that is why, nung binigay ko dapat yung instruction, dapat dinownload nyo na kaagad. So, na-download mo na ba, Mr. Siriban?
Yes po, sir.
Okay. So try to finish this one until today, until 11:59 p.m. this midnight. Okay. So titignan ko kung maraming hindi nakapag-submit, and then maybe I will extend this one until maybe next week. Okay, until April 2 maybe. Okay. All right.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so ano po sana sasubmit, sir? Okay, so the submission should be always the working application. So that is why I always mention here, okay, submit the RAR or zip file only, okay? So no screenshot, okay? Kailangan, I need the working application because I will open it using my Visual Studio. Okay, and then I will check your code, I will check your interfaces, okay? So hindi lang dapat picture yung isasubmit nyo, okay? Dapat yung buong folder ng program. Alright?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we'll just continue the rest on the part 2 since we don't have enough time anymore. Okay, so good